Hi, friends, and welcome back to Beyond the Screen, the Family Connection podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Samantha Hayes, educator, parent, and founder of Beyond the Screen Families. And let's start today with a phrase I am 100% confident you've heard, probably more times than you can count. What is that phrase, you ask? I'm bored. And yes, kids start using that phrase very early on. So you probably have heard it more times than you would even like to admit. Because if you're anything like most parents, that phrase can feel exhausting. Because what it often means is that they're saying, entertain me, fix this. I don't know what to do. And in today's world, boredom often leads straight to a screen. It's quick, it's easy, and it works. But today, I want to shift how we think about boredom because boredom is not the problem. If you've listened and watched, you know I say boredom is where the magic happens. It's the starting point of something really important because boredom is not a lack of options. I cannot tell you how many times my own child has said, I'm bored, and I'm looking around the room at a million things that could be done. Boredom is the pause between stimulation and creativity. It's that lag moment. It's the moment where the brain says, nothing is happening, so now what? Child has been stimulated, whether it's with a device or by doing something. And then there's that lag time before creativity makes its entrance. And that's where boredom is. That's where boredom sits, right at that crux. That now what moment, it's super powerful. Because if we don't immediately fill it, the brain starts to imagine, create, and problem solve. Boredom is where games are invented. Boredom is where ideas are formed. It's where creativity begins. It's how inventions are created. But we have to be comfortable and giving it time. And boy, oh boy, can that time be one of the hardest things. So before we go further, I want to say this because it's it's where most families get stuck. Boredom is a lot easier to handle when you're not trying to solve in the moment. And this is exactly why we created the Wonder Box. It gives your child a starting point. It doesn't script it for them. It doesn't tell them exactly what to do. It's a starting point with a curiosity prompt that is going to provide some hands-on, open-ended opportunities. So when they say, I'm bored, you're not scrambling for ideas or defaulting to the screen. Instead, you already have something that invites curiosity and play. In my household, it looks like this. I'm bored. Maybe you should go check out your Wonder Box. That's it. That's all I say. I don't give any more instruction than that. And we're going to talk about this later, but I wanted to just plant that seed now because preparation changes everything when it comes to boredom. So, why do kids struggle with boredom, particularly in today's world? Kids today are used to constant stimulation. I just left an event where she talked about your brain receives 11,000 pieces of information at a time. And that number is just astonishing to me. Constant stimulation. Screens provide instant environment, they give you fast feedback, and there appear to be endless options. There's no gap. There's no pause. There's no, what should I do? So when screens are removed, kids experience something unfamiliar. It's the silence. It's the crux, that little gap from the stimulation to the creation, but it's filled with nothingness. And that silence feels uncomfortable. So they say, I'm bored, not because they can't play, but because they're not used to initiating it. Boredom today is less about lack of options, because there's plenty, but more about a lack of practice. So, what parents often do is what we're going to talk about now. And we're also going to talk about why that backfires. So, when kids say, I'm bored, parents usually do three things. The first one is fix it. And yes, I am guilty of all of these in some capacity at some point with my own children. We try to fix it. We offer suggestions, we offer ideas, we jump in. It's an immediate, why don't you go make a bracelet for your friend? Why don't you go X, Y, and Z? But when we do that every single time, kids stop trying to solve it themselves. They learn, if I say I'm bored and go say it to mom, she is going to tell me what to do. There's no problem solving. There's no creativity. There is parent intervention, solution. And I'm pretty sure that's not the solution you want, right? Number two is we give in. Kids say they're bored, we hand the screen over. And it works instantly, but it also reinforces the pattern. And it's reinforcing the pattern with a device that has a lot of negativity to it because of how it's actually stimulating the brain. And number three, we get frustrated. We say, find something to do. And I'm pretty sure this came out of my mouth over a month ago where I was like, can you please just go find something to do? But if kids don't have the tools or they haven't practiced how to struggle through that boredom and get to that creativity spot, they don't know how. So the cycle just continues. So I'm going to give you some very simple and effective ways to respond instead of the three ways we just talked about. Number one is to stay calm. I'm bored. You stay calm. Boredom is not an emergency. Okay, you're bored. I bet you there is going to be something amazing that comes out of this moment. Plant the positive seed of what might happen. Step two is reflect in. Sounds like you're not sure what to do. You heard that in the statement I just gave you. Step three is to offer one starting point. A starting point. Not 5 ideas, not a step-by-step thing, a starting point. Just one. Maybe it's you could build something. You could draw or create. You could make a game. Just a starter, not an end result. Step four is to then step back. Let them struggle. This is where the skill builds. This is where they gain confidence in their own ability to get out of that I'm bored moment so that it happens naturally more and more as they practice it. This is where everything shifts. Families who handle boredom well don't do it perfectly in the moment. They're prepared ahead of time. Like you listening to this podcast. You right now are preparing for the next time when your kid says, I'm bored. You're preparing so that when they say you're bored, you can Stay calm. I hear that you're bored. I think you're going to create something magical in this moment. Why don't you go get your art supplies out and create? That's it. And then we're done. You don't solve it for them. You don't take over and direct it all. You don't try to fix it by just handing over a screen. You turn the onus back on them, but you're prepared for it because you've thought through the response types that you can give. You know the steps that are going to help produce a successful bridge for them to work through that gap. Families that are prepared, they are planning ahead. They have a few go-to ideas, just like we said. They have open-ended materials available. And they have something tangible that kids can go grab because where and when there's a clear starting point, kids are far more likely to engage and to get themselves out of that moment. And this is where something like the Wonder Box really helps. It removes the pressure from you. Instead of thinking, what do I suggest? You can simply say, like I say to my kids, go grab your Wonder Box and see what you want to try. That's it. Everything's there. The prompts are there. The materials are there. They just go grab it, pick it up, and move on. It keeps the responsibility with the child, but gives them the support they need to start. It creates the invitation. So now I'm going to leave you with this. Boredom is not something to eliminate. It's where the magic happens. It's something to move through. Because on the other side of boredom is creativity, independence, curiosity, and confidence. And those skills are worth building. Who doesn't want their child to have those lifelong skills? Boredom is essential in helping to build those skills with and in kids. Thanks for spending some of your time with me today. Here's to creating more moments that stick. Bye, friends.